called it Media by Us. You see what I did there? Right. And I'm actually quite surprised about this. There's like almost like a naivete, as I think Americans might say, around this. Let me just bring it onto the screen. Lots to tell you. Yeah, been in Battaglia this weekend. Thank you so much to Astrid and Jerry. Expats Portugal put on a fantastic weekend just this last weekend gone. Oh, I think I might have left my voice there as well. Our Battaglia meetup, Central Portugal, that was the 8th of February. So went there Saturday afternoon, had a fantastic tour around the monastery with our very own Philomena. And then a great afternoon and evening, a lovely breakfast and a fantastic lunch to climax the weekend with. It was really great. So thank you very much. I'll say more about that. I've got some things actually from, let me do that now, as well as put some pickies up onto the screen to share with you in just a moment. But yeah, look, this is where I've been. This is for the Portugal Shrine behind me. Just opening the packet now. Exit through the gift shop, as you should do when you go to any decent visitor attraction. And look what I've got. This could be the start of something big. It's my Battaglia fridge magnet. So, nice rustly, isn't it? It's like one of those YouTube videos where people like to hear the sounds and almost get inside people's, what are they, AMSR videos? But that's some nice crinkling, isn't it? Let me see if I can get into this. It's not always easy, is it? This was, I'm not, oh yes, I can just rip the top off with my bare hands. Talking of sort of cavemanish type activity, did also see a very early photograph of myself at the Battaglia Museum as well. Look at that. Don't remember that one being taken, but I think represented quite well there. Okay, so I've got my fridge magnet out. Whoops, nearly dropped it. That's my Battaglia fridge magnet. That's going on the shrine just temporarily there. There we go. Let's pop that on there for a moment. One of many, perhaps. There are the next weekend with Expats Portugal will be in Coimbra. Looking forward to that already. Tell you more about that in just a moment, in the next 20 minutes or so. We'll look at the weather as well, which in a funny sort of way connects with the news item I want to share with you right now. And this is in the Portugal resident. Shocker. What's this? We've got media regulator flags opinion creeping into newscasts. What? Hold the front page? Surely not. I'm really surprised by this. I mean, okay, tell me what you think. It's very brief. It's very brief. I just want to share it with you if I may. Yeah, there you go. Media regulator flags opinion creeping into newscasts. Now, I mean, here I am every morning presenting a live stream talking about Portugal. And these are opinions. I mean, how on earth could anyone pretend that a human being finding things of interest that they want to share with other people is not some form of opinion? It's not sort of, I was going to say biblical objectivity. That's a contradiction in terms as well, isn't it? A potential manipulation of news / public opinion has been highlighted by Portugal's media regulator, the ERC, which stands for the Entidade Reguladora para Comunicação Social, which, hold on a minute, that's the ERPCS, which has found that prime time news programs on RTP1, RTP2, SIC, TVI, and CMTV, nothing to do with me, CMTV. This is GMP TV, which I will own completely as a bunch of opinions, and including other people's opinions, and all the opinions come together. And sometimes that works, and sometimes it's a bit difficult. Talking of which, see you with the Portuguese tonight at 7, and we're helping him decide which political party to join. Anyway, more about that later too. It's found, the ERC has found that primetime news programs on RTP1 and the aforementioned all have in common, and this is a quote, the tendency to insert commentary slots, who doesn't like to insert a commentary slot, in lineups duly demarcated as opinion, being allocated to personalities that the operators present as commentators. Okay, another quote, the hybridization between information and opinion has been detected in certain cases that defy clear delimitation of the nature of the content broadcast, which merits reflection, adds the document. First thing everyone has to do is understand what on earth they're talking about. But I think basically what's being said there is, lo and behold, people who come on to the news channels are expressing their opinions and not objective facts. Oh my God. Well, and it's taken the regulator a big report to bring that to our attention, just in case. And sorry if this comes as a big shock to anybody, just in case you thought these were objective facts that were being presented on any news channel. It seems the scales are falling from our very eyes this morning, and that might not be the case. It might not be the case. They're looking into it. It warrants it. What is it? It merits reflection. Everybody. So hold the front page, as I say. It might be that they are objective facts after all, but then again, it might be that they're not. Right. And yeah, I'm going to editorialize the weather in just a moment. And as I was saying, we're going to help the Portuguese decide tonight. It's Munson and the Geezer, episode 19 tonight at 7 o'clock. And we will be helping this man here on the right of the screen. Which Portuguese party should he join? Now, as far right curious as we've named him, tongue in cheek. He is hovering around Chega. I think he should join ADN. I think he's zany and independently minded enough to join ADN. But you may have other ideas. I'm sure the doc would want him to join Bloco Esquerda. I don't think the Portuguese, he might have done decades ago, he might have joined Bloco Esquerda, might have been a shoe-in for that. But we'll talk to the Portuguese tonight about which party he should join. Join us for that and give him a rough time if you want to. He's capable, he's a big lad. And I will be at 7. Why would he want to join a political party at all? It would be my first question. And these are the choices. Isn't that a pretty little? Is that a Johari window, a Boston matrix, possibly there? And you've got the authoritarian parties, top left, and you've got the libertarian right, and the libertarian left, and the authoritarian right. Oh, I quite like how they've done this actually here. ADN, bottom right hand corner. That will be my suggestion to the. I think that's perfect for the Portuguese. Paulo Fanassi, of course, he aligns himself, or he did anyway. I suspect he still does with ADN. A very interesting. And we'll decode. We'll find out what all these little logos represent. I think we're pretty clear what the top left-hand corner is. I don't know what the poppies are for, but anyway, there you go. And you can see how parties are aligning more or less to the centre as well. That's quite useful, isn't it? CDS, PP, and PS. In the middle of your screen right there. So join us as we have let's have a robust discussion, shall we? And yes, going back to the news item of this morning, it'll be opinion. No one's going to be pretending that there are any facts involved. Who does that anymore? Come on, it's not 19, whatever it is, 52 anymore. Okay, there you go. So watch out. And I wonder when the report that comes out to discuss that further will be available. Will it be in another couple of years' time? Also tonight, join us at 8 o'clock. If you're thinking of starting a live stream yourself or a podcast, and I encourage you to do so, and it's one of our weekly groups. So we had the wine club last Monday, first Monday of the month. Next Monday, we'll have the return of the Expat Mastermind Network. And there's been a little bit of a PR puff around that because Lonnie McLaughlin, I spoke to him, and there's something of an interview with him in the Portugal Resident about how some of the seasoned and mature and business-minded and growth-minded, entrepreneurially-minded expats who have settled here in Portugal might help the youngsters of Portugal. So that's always been our aim with the Expat Mastermind Group, and we'll have a session of that next Monday. And we'll return to the check-in, the social, which we used to do every Tuesday night on the fourth Monday. However, this evening is the GMP TV live stream and podcasting club, and it'll be Michael Heron, who has just started. It's going to be GME, not GMS. Good morning, Spain. I think the domain had been taken already. So, of course, he's going to be going with Bon Dia or Good Morning España. And we'll be talking to him tonight about how far he's got in setting it up. He's already created Good Morning España. I'm sure he'd be delighted if you subscribe over there. And we'll be taking him through from the idea stage right through to setting up his own channel and broadcasting on a regular basis. And we'll be talking about that trajectory tonight. And of course, if you want to do that, and we've got a course that's available in the classroom of the Portugal Club as well. So welcome to you this morning. I've still got a classic battalion. You can see a lot of them have already gone. I did manage to save one, so I can start. I can share with you and try something Portuguese this morning. A pudim de batalha. this, or a budin de Battaglia in the singular. I will tell you what that's like, as well as my fridge magnet. I've also got a pudding, their local speciality pastry, to try live on air this morning. Part of the weekend was going to a bar. We tried to go to what looked like a local sort of pub, a British pub, but it was shut. So we went to the fantastic Velho Burro, the Old Donkey. It's a fantastic restaurant and a wonderful bar. I had a whiskey. I don't often drink whiskey, but it just seemed right. I was so full of food, I couldn't drink another pint. So I had a nice Irish whiskey. And then as we left and stepped out for the evening, or to complete the evening, this is what's in front of you outside the bar. Look, it's completely deserted and quiet and tranquil. It's absolutely wonderful. Battaglia, thoroughly recommend it to you. Actually, that's also my Bon Dia Daily Deal recommendation to you this morning. James joining us at 20 past. He's going to be explaining, well, he'll give us an update on his journey from Ericeira to Espinho. But he'll also be trying to explain American football to us. Please don't tell him what the result was. I don't think he knows what the result was. So no spoilers, please, for James, who'll be joining us a little bit later on. Update on his journey and also explaining American football to us. And I still, after several attempts to have American football explained to me, I'm still none the wiser. I'll come back to the Battaglia offer, the hotel offer. They've got a nice little Valentine's, given that this is fresh in our mind. Battaglia, if you're looking for something nice to do for Valentine's weekend, they have a nice little offer on, which I'll share with you, the Bon Dia Daily Deal this morning. But I want to have a quick look at the weather, of course, this morning. And yes, back to the news item. This is commentary, opinion, editorialization. I mean, even with the weather, these are not objective facts, are they? It will tell you what the weather is in your location. And you can see for yourself that that was just a guess, an estimate, an expert view, so to speak, when in fact it might be completely different in actual fact. Or your thermometer might be broken. You know, everything is just a little bit of an idea and a guide, isn't it, towards this idea of the truth. I think there's very little objectivity in our world. It's just it's an aspiration, is it not, rather than a reality? Anyway, that's a first, isn't it? Editorializing the news and discussing media science, if that's also not a contradiction in terms this morning, here on the Good Morning Portugal show. But my editorialization of the weather as we look at it on the screen here, can you see that yet? Yes, you can. Oh, and good to see you, Sarah. I see Spartan FX mentioned here. Good to see this. See what I did there? The objectivity. Oh, quick word from our sponsor, first of all. Good to see you, Sarah, anyway, over there in Battaglia. But look, this is not fitting in with my narrative, folks. This is not how it's meant to be. I am standing there. I'm tilting at weather windmills this morning. I am King Canute as the water is lapping over my bare feet in the sand. No, 300 days of sunshine, I say. Not looking at this weather report this morning. 17 the high in the capital today, currently 12 with broken clouds. And that's pretty much a story, a broken narrative of 300 days of sunshine and broken clouds, overcast clouds, scattered clouds. How many different ways are there of explaining and describing clouds? Oh, fog in Beja. But look at it, across the whole country, not a single graphic of sunshine. That is miserable. Oh, thank you, Madeira, for saving us on Wednesday with a little bit of sunshine. That is ridiculous. No, I say. I shake my fist at the weather report this morning. That's awful. So not only clouds, but a bit of rain as well in many parts of Portugal. So a rainy week to come. Fine if you're a duck, but not if you're me, who's trying to prove the case. Oh, hold on a minute. I missed a bit here. I missed a tiny little bit of sunshine next Sunday in Faro. 16 degrees the high there on Sunday, 11 the low, currently 12 actually today with a high of 16. But that's your lot. That's about it when it comes to sunshine here in Portugal for this week. Rubbish! Right, okay, let's go to your comments, shall we? What's Carl shouting about this morning? Right, good morning to you, Hugh and Coach. Michael also here. Mike and Karen, how are you this morning? Met a fantastic neighbour of yours. Well, I say neighbour, Ben. I had a fantastic chat with him about being a refugee, basically. He comes from a long line of refugees, and he's just come from America himself to be in Miranda de Corvo. Fascinating discussion with him about recent history for humanity and all of the things that we go through, and some very interesting insight with the United States as well. Bon dia, Gumpers. Good morning to you, Ben. Great to meet you. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I definitely did, and I've been talking about it already, and I'll be eating some of it soon as well. Bon dia, Carl and Gumpers from Jackie. Hope all had a blessed weekend. Absolutely. You too. We well meant. And Gemini, thank you for your apology for missing the show. I think it was on Friday. So thank you for being here live this morning, Gemini. Mel, as welcome to you. Simply Live, Mel. Bon dia. Shager, simply from you. Is that your tip for the Portuguese? He's leaning that way. He's leaning that way, Hugh. Is there anything happening during the day, says Mel, in your celebrations this weekend? I don't think we can be there at night, but we'd like to meet some people. Yeah, I think what's going to be happening this weekend is that we're actually going to be leaving town to go. Were you there? According to Philomena, you speak Mandarin, Carl. She did mention that to me this last weekend, but I don't. My mother is from the Far East. She speaks a tiny bit of Mandarin, speaks mainly Cantonese as her native language, a bit of Malay, but not Mandarin. No. Ni hao ma is about as far as I can go. And I used to know the numbers, but no, I do not know that. You've got Vito Costa as your man who can speak Mandarin with you, if that's what you're trying to do. But this weekend, I dare say some people will be arriving on Friday, so we might have a little drinky poo on Friday evening. Saturday, Mel, we're on the way to Caldash. We're going to go to the beer festival in Caldash, which is on Saturday and Sunday. And I think people will be hanging out. So there's a WhatsApp group for the party this weekend. It's not the normal San Martino de Porto grapevine group. It is a special one, because otherwise people who aren't coming to the party will be driven mad this coming weekend. But it'll be the comms channel for the weekend, and there will be people in town. So if somebody wants to say we're just about to have a coffee on the seafront in the rain, then come join us. Well, there will be people in town, I think, who've come a long way to be here in San Martino de Porto. Meanwhile, I'm buggering off to Caldash to go to the beer festival, but of course we'll be back late afternoon and to set up for the evening. And then if you want to come over on the Sunday, get dressed up as I hope to be. I need to visit the Chinese shop and get myself some orange and pink lycra, I think, for the Zumba session that we're doing at 11 on the green, on the Palmera green. I don't want to hear any excuses. Don't want to see any sick notes. Come and do Zumba with the lovely Vina, who's offering us a Zumba taster. I've never done Zumba. I really don't know what it is. It sounds interesting. It sounds like it could be a dish or something you eat, doesn't it? A Zumba. I'll have the chicken Zumba, please, and a pint of lager. But no, it's an exercise class, and she will be taking us through that. And people will be hanging out on the Sunday as well. It is informal. The high point of the weekend is the party on the Saturday night. But people will be coming from all over Portugal, even from the UK, to be here this weekend. So there will be people around. Stay in touch with what's going on via the WhatsApp group, and maybe I'll be able to pop that into the chat. James is here already. I'm not ready yet, James, but let's bring him on anyway, and we'll continue eating cakes and talking about Battaglia in James's section, whilst he bends our minds, those of us who haven't grown up with American football, explaining all about American football. And I think I should put on the screen here, no spoilers, please. He doesn't know the result. He's going to be watching the replay today, so don't spoil the result of the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, I'm sorry. Super Bowl is something different, is it not? Which you could be forgiven for thinking have some sort of connection with this that I was also given at the weekend. Do you know what that is? James, do you know what that is? Right. I was given two of those and one of these at the weekend. What is it? What are they? Right. Guesses, please. That was another highlight of the weekend. I wasn't expecting that, I have to say. Let's change up then from the Bon Dia Daily. A bit of news, weather, language and culture. Not so much on the well-being this morning. We're lagging behind on the specific well-being news. Maybe James has got something for our mental health this morning. Let's bring him on and see what's going on. Of course, after his music.